EDP445 is one of the most infamous child predators in social media history. And Mike Klum just dropped his new documentary, The Sick Mind of EDP445, on YouTube. It has only been up for 23 hours, and it already has 1.4 million views. And he assembled the Avengers of child pred catching for this documentary, including the OG, my dude Chris Hansen. He also got Gideon.
Love Chris Hansen.
Alex Rosen, and that's exactly who we're going to be talking about today. Now, when it comes down to the numbers, Alex Rosen is the absolute undisputed champ of predator busting.
We do have over 350 convictions across the country, convictions in 46 different states.
Now, Alex was the first person to ever bust EDP445, although there's been more busts since then. But there are a lot of people online who are criticizing Alex, saying that it's his fault that EDP didn't go to prison. And since he's a friend of mine, and I've done 3 separate busts with him, I decided that we would have him on and we would talk to him today. Alex, would you do me a favor and let me know and let the people know exactly why you didn't cuff him up, arrest him?
Yeah, I think the EDP situation made him learn a lot to lead to over 350 convictions. So I don't know. I don't feel bad about it. I wish it wouldn't have gone that way, but he did learn a lot because of it.
Prosecute him, find him guilty, and take him to prison and be the CO and watch him for the rest of his life yourself?
Well, I will say I wish I could have done that, but like we do for every case where the vast majority of them get arrested and charged. I mean, we do have over 350 convictions across the country, convictions in 46 different states, and arrests in all 50 states. I wish I could have done that, but unfortunately, all we can do, since we are not vigilantes, we're simply concerned citizens, all we could do is interview somebody, get them to admit to multiple felony crimes, which EDP did, and which most of our busts do, and gather the evidence on them online, which in EDP's case, we certainly did, and turn it over to law enforcement, and that's what we did in EDP's case.
Unfortunately, bureaucracy has a lot of stupid fucking rules, so if you mess up trying to arrest a pedophile, it doesn't matter if they know what the pedophile did, they still aren't going to arrest him. It's completely broken.
We do in every single case, and for the most part, it yields really good results. Unfortunately, in Kern County, California, it does not yield good results. EDP is not the only person that we've caught in Kern County, California. We've caught sex offenders, more recently than EDP in Kern County. They do not charge any of these people that are brought by private citizens to them. That is a Kern County problem. So, yeah, all we can do is just report somebody for felony crimes, and I think
if we're going to have problems with pedophiles, then you don't deserve to exist. I mean, not talking about killing anybody. I'm talking about just bulldoze that whole county.
There's a unanimous consensus that EDP has committed felony crimes. So at that point, if we all agree he did that, then it's on the prosecutor to prosecute that.
Like, he had no dispute that what...
I want to go back to the Wild West when we had sheriffs and they decided that somebody did wrong, then the sheriff and the posse went after him.
He was doing was illegal, that he knew what he was doing was illegal. He didn't try to hide it. He didn't try to sugarcoat it. The dude legitimately was pondering whether his life was ruined or not. And then you guys took the evidence to the police, I'm assuming. Yes. You turned it in, correct?
Yes.
And they dropped the ball from there. So why are people going after you as opposed to asking why the Kern County Sheriff's Office isn't doing their fucking
That's
job?
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, it was Investigator Diaz from the Kern County Sheriff's Office, and we've previously dealt with an Investigator Harker from the Kern County Sheriff's Office. I don't know if they still work for them because these are a couple of years later, but both times they just had blatant evidence of felony crimes. And, I hear that, but your evidence is inadmissible. One, we have over 350 convictions nationwide. And if you just look up predator poachers life sentence, you will see many articles on us getting these pedos sentenced to life in prison sometimes. But anyway, the evidence was extremely good. Because the best evidence you can have, the best way to verify the evidence is true, is the suspect themselves admitting it's true. It's like EDP himself authenticated all the evidence. There is no better way to authenticate evidence than the suspect doing it himself, and that's what EDP did. So I don't know why he's not charged. It seems
so
like
weird.
When, like I said,
they can't make money off him. It's going to cost money. That's probably why.
Of our people get arrested and charged and prosecuted, but the some that don't, most of the time it's like, hey, what's the prosecutor doing? Why aren't the cops doing their job? But for whatever reason with EDP,
they're not worried about it.
It is somehow the predator poacher's fault for simply reporting a felony crime. So I don't know. I wish more.
He didn't get into why everybody thinks that he fucked it up. It's because they contacted him first. That was the problem. I think that's complete bullshit. If you bait somebody into being a pedophile, they're still a pedophile. Nobody's going to be able to bait me into being a pedophile, or JD DeLay, or Alex Rosen. It's so much fucking bullshit.
More pressure was pressed.
If you could be baited into accidentally becoming a pedophile, I'm just going to leave it there. I don't want to get taken down on YouTube.
On Kern County Sheriff's
I've already got a strike.
Office, and specifically the DA's office, than there was.
So with these crimes,
it's funny. The strike that I got was because of JD DeLay right here, because he was talking about the IRA.
Will be prosecutable today, or is it gone beyond the statute of limitations?
No, I actually looked it up. It's past the statute of limitations of California. In Las Vegas, where he offended against Kayla, though I think she has.
Dude, there should be no statute of limitations for being a pedophile.
Some crazy motives. He still committed crimes against her, and I believe Las Vegas can still prosecute him. I don't think. I know Kern County can.
Okay. So, how did you feel about your representation in this documentary? Do you feel like they fairly represented you, and what they presented to you was their motives behind it?
Well, I signed up for the documentary, so I think it's fair because I signed the piece of paper. So, or I gave whatever, I forget exactly what I did, but I agreed to be in it. So, it was fair because I agreed to it. But, is it accurate? No. We have by far the most convictions of any predator catching team. Obviously, in 2019, we were not as good as we are now. In 2021, when we caught EDP, we certainly were not as good as we are now. But we have, just in the past week alone, 5 people that have pled guilty to multiple, 5 people that have pled guilty across 5 different states. So we're racking up convictions multiple times a week now with how many catches we do. So,
a badass.
All the proof is out there. All you got to do is just look up predator poacher sentence. You'll see tons of articles on our guys getting sentenced and arrested. So,
yeah,
and
they
it's
don't
literally
care.
On camera too.
Yeah, they just see you as a YouTuber. It's the same energy with the bricks and minifigs situation.
And how young into your career was the EDP situation for people who aren't following it that closely?
Well, I'm 26 now, and
Holy
when we
shit.
caught EDP, I was 21 years old, so I was less than 3 years removed from graduating high school. So I would have been a junior in college at the time or something like that.
And I still believe that you presented plenty of evidence for the Kern County Sheriff's Office and the prosecutor, let's not forget the prosecutor, to move forward with this. They made a conscious choice not to. Do you think there was anything that compromised that evidence specifically, or do you think that this was just a refusal on their part to work with the evidence they were given?
It's a total refusal.
They didn't get the information themselves, so they don't want no part of it, and they're also not going to go get the information themselves.
Is somebody in Kern County named Christopher Henning, who, he was doing a lot of shit. He was a sex offender, and they did absolutely nothing with him. They did nothing with EDP. It's not just EDP they don't do anything with. Kern County refuses to prosecute these sexual predators. We've caught somebody, I forget his name now, it was like years ago at this point. We caught somebody who literally admitted to having child pornography of infants on his phone, and Kern County didn't even seize his phone. They are the worst place to catch pedos in California.
Yep, you hear that?
And
apparently, if you're an SO, you can just be chill in Kern County, California.
There's such a problem over there, and it's amazing how they've received no backlash for any of this, because EDP is a child predator, and everybody knows that, and it should be easily prosecutable. There's no problem with the evidence we presented. We presented the evidence the same way we do.
Yeah, I think he's got a whole bunch of health problems that they don't want to deal with. That's another thing. That's why they would never arrest my mom for anything, because she had a whole bunch of health problems and they didn't want to deal with it. They straight up told us that because of her mental instability and the fact that she was in a wheelchair and needed care for her one leg, or her stump leg, they didn't want to keep her in jail. This was during COVID. It was fucking ridiculous. By the way, I wanted my mom to be in jail because she was very, very, very bad on meth.
With pretty much all of our cases, and there's no reason he wasn't prosecuted, besides the fact that Kern County is an incompetent district attorney.
Yep.
Are there some counties that are better than others in the state of California?
Absolutely. California is not all bad. You know.
Yeah, all the blue areas. I guarantee you Kern County is a blue area. All the red areas that I've been to in California are pretty fucking nice, and they really don't want to be in California.
EDP, if he was actually
especially
in
the
San
northern
Bernardino
part.
County or Los Angeles County, I think the two neighboring counties to Kern County, he would have been hit with 288.2 and 288.4, which would involve arranging a meet with a minor for sexual purposes and sending his basically harmful material to minors. Those two statutes cover that. And he would have very easily been charged, probably even in LA County.
He would have been put in prison for life, which would probably be the next 6 years, because that dude's probably going to die from kidney failure or some kind of crazy fat person illness.
In San Bernardino County, and if you go north of Kern County, Tulare County, they would have thrown the freaking book at him with everything. So it sucks that we landed in freaking Kern County. I had no idea how bad it was at the time of EDP.
Yeah, because I know that now that you guys are more educated and you're more experienced.
Dude, this shit goes on all across the country, and we need to put a stop to it. I'm tired of all the bullshit constantly everywhere you fucking turn.
And you've gotten all of these incredible convictions and like record numbers of busts under your belt, that you know what counties are going to work with you and which ones aren't. So if you find...
They fired all of the police officers in my hometown because they were just incompetent and everybody hated them for so long. And they finally fired them all and got a whole bunch of new officers. And all of a sudden, look at that. The fucking town cleaned up. Meth isn't a problem anymore. They're not busting potheads anymore. That's a big one, because now everybody just smokes pot instead of smoking meth.
Somebody within a county that's not going to work with you, I know that you try to lure them out of county so that you could actually get them to somewhere where they actually will bust them. It's just unfortunate that you hadn't had that experience with Kern County yet. It might be a different story. EDP might be locked up right now, and probably not because it's California, but you know.
He would have at least been a sex offender, but you know, yeah, we had a guy we caught from Kern County in early 2025, Anibal Marquez. He is now a sex offender because he's convicted, but we had to lure him. There's literally a hotel, I think it's the Best Western in Delano, California. It is literally, I think it's on this road called County Line Road. So we lured him to the Tulare, Tulare County side of that street, and then they arrested him on scene. You know, he got like 6 months or whatever, but he's a sex offender, hit him with a bunch of charges. And if he was literally across the street in Kern County, he would have had the same fate as EDP, which is freaking nothing.
Yeah, it's insane. So in this documentary, EDP had some choice words for you. He said, I believe that you're a piece of shit and you should burn in hell. Do you have any...
I think that should be a compliment. It should be taken as a compliment when somebody like EDP calls you a piece of shit.
Response for EDP on that?
Well, no, I mean, we'll just be ready for him. But my next communication with him will probably be on an undercover account. It wouldn't be as myself. So I don't know. I personally don't have any words for him as me myself. So.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you for your time today, Alex. I appreciate you. I appreciate the work that you do. I know that I've gotten to go out on 3 separate busts with you. I love the work that you guys are doing. I love how dedicated you are to this. I know that there are an unfathomable amount of kids out there who haven't had to go through what I went through as a child because of the work that you guys are doing. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Man, I can't wait until I start making some money, because I don't want a boat. I don't want a house. I want to catch predators, not like, for content. I want to actually put money into catching bad people that nobody knows about. I want to put a stop to a bunch of the fraud. I want to expose a bunch of police departments. That's like my main thing, is police departments, because I love the police when they work how they're supposed to.
Appreciate you as well, Sarah, as always.
Thank you for watching, you guys. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments, and until the next one, it's all...
Yep, I can't talk about what I want to happen to EDP, which is unfortunate, but I think you know what I think should happen to EDP.
And also, not only was there a report made, but I confirmed with the police station that this case is currently with the FBI.
It's over. We're safe.
The fallout from the EDP documentary continues. So genuine multimillionaire Gideon just came out with a brand new video called My Side. EDP documentary. Now, if you saw my EDP...
Yeah, I'm not watching that. I don't care about what Gideon has to say.
EDP445 watch party, you know that there's a segment on Gideon and a girl called Kayla. This girl Kayla was a decoy, but her argument is that she felt used by Gideon, and in her own words, Gideon did more damage to her than EDP, which I found to be extremely interesting take. Also said crazy stuff such as the Illuminati controlling Gideon. No, I'm not kidding. If you saw the documentary,
oh boy. Yeah, I think she's just trying to play up that Candace Owens bit.
Making money. There's something off about the girl. She also did herself no favors by saying, yeah, I'm an opportunist.
Well, no shit, there's something off about the girl. She was messaging EDP.
She's not really the most reliable source, in my humble opinion. She's hurting her credibility. And I had no idea this happened. So shout out to this person who let me know via Instagram. And in case you guys don't know, yeah.
God damn it, Gideon. So fucking retarded, dude.
I have an Instagram. It's legitimately the only social media that I have. So if you want to send me
fan art or
whatever, I would really appreciate it.
I'm on everything you can think of. You should follow me.
If you follow me, link in the description. And with that said, I am
genuinely
curious on what Gideon,
honestly, if you're not already following Sensitive Society, what are you doing with your life? Also, if you're not following me, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Follow me everywhere, especially on Facebook and Substack.
Millionaire has to say, I think this week is going to be EDP week, so strap in. Anyways, let's just get right into this.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? So I want to address some claims that have been going on for a while, and I also want to address some claims that were made specifically from Kayla in the new Mike Klum documentary about EDP, and I want to give context and clear up things, but in no way do I want any hate to be sent towards Kayla. Even though there are lies being said about me, I wish not the best for her, and I ask that none of you guys send any hate to her whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about her
whatsoever at all.
Yeah, for context, the girl Kayla, I believe she was 5th or she started talking EDP. I believe she's now 18 or 19.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but mainly a victim of Gideon. They collectively
I could see that though. I can definitely see that. Because I think she was not a victim, really, of EDP. I think she was trying to catch him on some bullshit because of Gideon. I think Gideon was kind of pushing her into that direction. I would not do this. If I would not even have children in my Discord, but if there were children in my Discord, one, I'm not going to allow EDP in there for any reason, even if there were no children. And for two, I'm not going to have the child do my dirty work for me. What the fuck?
Once told me to go straight to law enforcement.
I feel like I am a victim of Gideon because he encouraged me.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that he never told her to go to the law enforcement.
Talking to a pedophile.
They also instructed me to keep messaging EP, which was incredibly draining.
Yes, Gideon was encouraging.
Even if he wasn't, even if this is a lie, and all he was doing was like, I encourage you to not do it, it's still fucking bullshit, dude. Shouldn't have had this girl in your Discord. You should have just wiped your slate clean with her, kicked her ass out, all the children out. I don't think that adults should have children in their Discords, honestly. Unless you are like, I don't know, like a Steve from Blue's Clues figure, and it is all children.
Me to continue messaging him.
I wasn't allowed to report anything to cops until the day of the sting.
I just think that he should have told me to block EDP, but he didn't.
Gideon on a phone call even told me not to report anything to police because a private case was being built up behind the scenes.
I don't just believe people when they say shit. You're gonna have to show me. I'm not gonna believe it when you say it.
Gideon is a very selfish, greedy, and a scam artist type of person. Now, me personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So the claims are that I facilitated a...
If you're an opportunist and you're not a fucking liar, I think there's not much wrong with it. I still think there's some things wrong with it.
Predator to come inside of my Discord channel, which allowed Kayla to be groomed. The other claims is that I forced and pressured her and to keep on being in contact with EDP. And the third claim is that I forced and demanded that she not go to the police, even though that she was talking to EDP. So we're gonna knock them all out, and I'm gonna address everything. So first, let's address the claim that EDP met Kayla from my Discord. She was a minor at the time, but now she is 19 years old. So let's address it.
Kayla Hoskins is the victim being referenced in the sting operation, and she's not a decoy. Like Skeeter said, this one is for real.
The dumbest predator catcher on you. I love this. Yeah, right. I mean, I like Gideon, despite the fact that I made 2 videos calling him out. Because of his cringy arrest footage, he was acting all pretentious. Yeah, guys, I'm a multimillionaire, yada, yada, yada. I made a video about it. I think
that's fine. Fuck the police. Yeah, I think it's fine to scare them like that. It's still kind of dumb, and the internet doesn't like it. I think that part out of the whole thing was fine. I think the chasing the predator guy around, I think that shit's bullshit. I don't like the clown show whenever you're catching predators. You fuck everything up. I think that it should be official. There should be like private investigators involved. It should not go into the public. You should not be making a scene.
People like
you should not be getting the police involved until they need to be involved.
Skeeter, Gene, and Gideon, I think if they're putting creeps behind bars and they could make it entertaining, it's a win-win for everyone. But I mean, if what the girl is saying is true, is it worth putting a minor in risk? You hire or give the phone to someone else that was an adult, pretend to be Kayla. Now, does that undo all the good that Gideon and Gene have done? No.
EDP445. Well, she was a huge fan of Gideon, and she was in his Discord server. EDP, after being invited by Gideon to his public server full of children, noticed her profile, found her Instagram connected to it, and messaged her.
Now, the reason why people believe that EDP met her through my Discord is because I was under the impression that's how it happened, and I'm the one who put out the statement that EDP found her through my Discord. When EDP joined my Discord...
Yeah, you're a fucking retard.
When he was about to do the interview with us, he didn't join, but he found a girl in my Discord, right? And in her Discord, she has her Instagram. So EDP, being the Rizzler that he is, he slides into her DMs and he initiates contact with her. The reason why...
Yeah, that's your fault. Yeah, it is 1000% your fault. You should not have had a girl in your Discord, and you, especially a girl that has public platforms linked in her Discord account.
Gladly took the blame for EDP meeting her through my Discord, because at the time, I truly believed that's how you found her, and I wanted to take accountability for my role in this occurring. But as it turns out, Kayla herself in the documentary stated that she had already been messaging EDP before I had even ever added him in my own Discord.
Yeah, you should have never fucking added him, you fucking retard.
My name is Kayla Hoskins, and in June 2023, I received an Instagram DM from EDP445, otherwise known as Bryant. I first replied to EDP because I always reply to anyone who messages me. And I didn't know who he was.
I think her parents should be arrested. Even now.
But I freaked out because he...
If you're letting your kid, 14, 15 years old, on the internet with, you know, unrestricted, replying to anybody who messages her, you should be arrested.
Told me he was... And sooner rather than later, he started sending very flirtatious messages. A while.
I know so many girls that they got caught up with some adults online. Usually it was Roblox. I think three girls that I know. They met adults on Roblox and then met them in real life, and bad shit went down.
Later, Gideon added EDP into his Discord filled with kids.
I think I know 8 girls, not in my personal life, just, you know, around in the community, that have come face to face with predators because of communications online. And I think every single one of those kids' parents should be arrested.
For a Q&A. And then when I told people like in the server that EDP texted me, Gideon quickly knew about it because his manager told him.
So EDP was added into my Discord server to do an interview on June 1st. And he was banned that same exact day because he never came up to actually do the interview because he wanted to get paid last minute. And even though I had 70,000 people in my live stream, I'm not going to pay a pedophile to interview him. Either he wants to interview him or he doesn't. So I was not about to pay that man.
All right, my nigga, so here's the deal. We ain't doing no goddamn interview until I'm fucking compensated, my nigga.
But yeah, so that's all he said in my Discord, and he was promptly banned that same day.
See, this is why people like Kayla lose credibility. First of all, she says one thing, and then she says another thing. You would assume she would know better than to say one thing and then say another, especially on a documentary, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make her look good. This combined with, yeah, I'm an opportunist, I'll do what I have to do. It's like, I'm having a hard time trusting her, even though...
Yeah, she seems like she was a degenerate, and she is probably even more of a degenerate now.
I wish I didn't. This is someone that was affected...
Like, let's not pretend that children can't be degenerates. All right, because they totally can be. I remember when I was 15, 16 years old, I was hanging out with girls like that.
By EDP in a way, but her story switches. First it was like, yeah, he reached out to me, and then it was like, oh no, it was because of Gideon's server. That's how he found me. The longer this goes on, the more questions I have, and it's like, why is she switching up? Why is she lying? Why are the stories not adding up? Trust me, I want to believe you, but it's really hard to believe you when you constantly switch back and forth. No, it was this. No, it happened this way. No, he added me. No, I found him. No, it's all over the place. It's so, and it's hard to trust something like that.
I don't think she even knows. I think she was just so terminally online as a child that she lost track of how the story went, and she's just making it up of what her brain is telling her to do on the fly.
On June 23rd...
Or telling her how it went on the fly, I mean.
That is the day that Kayla at least went public in my Discord server, telling people in the Discord that EP was talking. She was saying, hey, is this the real EDP account? Because if it is, just message. Now, I know you guys are saying, Gideon, that says deleted user. How do you know that that's her? Well, we did a lot of digging through the server, and this is some evidence to show that it's her because we have old screenshots and everything. But to fully show you that this deleted user is her, she actually posted a photo of her ID photo on the Discord server saying how much she hated her photo. So yeah, this is for sure her. Keep in mind, she's the only one who alleges that EDP hit her up from my Discord server. Nobody else has ever came out saying that EDP hit them up from my Discord server. So out of the 130,000 people, she was the only one, and she goes public with it 2 days later after we did the interview with EDP.
Yeah, she was a child. This is why you don't have children in your servers. They're stupid, and they cause drama, and they get themselves into trouble, and if they're in your thing, then you get dragged into it, you fucking moron.
And she's telling the Discord that EDP's talking with her. So one of the members in my Discord said, send a screenshot. And for some reason, Kayla says, I'll send one real zoomed in for you. And she zooms it in only on the sup that he said. And to show that this really is him, when she showed us the messages, as you guys can see, EDP said sup. Now, I am going to be real. I do not 100% know if anything was said before that. I am going to go off of her word. She says that EDP hit her up first, but I do find it a little weird that she zoomed in on that sup when someone asked for a screenshot.
Yeah, that's super sus. It's getting a lot harder to believe Kayla and her. She already told us 2 lies. I'm making something up here. I hope it's not true, but could it be that Kayla hit up E first to try to bait him, and then that's why he just said sup? Because I mean, once again, we don't have any other context, and it's super odd to have a zoomed in message. Would it really be that shocking if it turns out that she lied about this and that
yeah, she sent him a hey with 3 Y's, maybe 4?
She's the one that was, you know, going after E first, which, don't get it twisted, I still think it's wrong. If she started the messaging and, you know, he responded back knowing that she was, you know, underage. Let me just say this. I think it's extremely suspicious to only send a zoomed in screenshot. You could have sent the full one.
But I do find it a little weird that she zoomed in on that sup when someone asked for a screenshot.
There's an awful lot of space above it.
Public in my Discord server about talking to EP, random members in my server were telling her to block him, telling her to get away, report him, and just telling her to just stop being in contact with him because he's a predator.
And you saw all this and you didn't ban her from the Discord.
Every time somebody would tell her something about stop communicating with him, she never replied to those comments. She also made these posts in Discord asking users if she should troll him. And then she also puts in there, should I be a decoy? Should I do a predator? Nobody replied. Now, keep in mind, all these messages that she had posted in my Discord were nearly 2 weeks before I even knew about the situation.
How?
When I told
how? Dude, bro, you got 130,000 people in there. It's dude, these content creators are fucking retarded.
people like in the server that EDP texted me, Jadion quickly knew about it because his manager told him.
And also, I have no idea how long they were talking previous to when she these messages in my Discord server. Can't confirm that. Now, fast forward on June 28th, so this is 5 days after she first went public in my Discord server saying that she was talking to EDP. She was telling users in my public VC of a Discord of 130,000 people that she was talking to EDP. And this is what the users in that VC told her when she was telling them that she was talking to a predator.
You had 130,000 people in there and you don't got mods? That's bullshit.
And that she's underage.
In the text messages, do you state your age?
Yes.
Okay,
like,
good.
Clearly and multiple times?
Yeah.
They are just fucking helping her out. What the fuck?
And he like, yeah, that's straight up
It's
wild.
insane.
You can just send this shit to the FBI tip line if you want.
And again, after all of these people told her that she should stop talking with him and go to law enforcement, she never responded to them.
I mean, what are you gonna do from here? You're gonna like call the police?
Yeah, but I'm trying to get more.
Dude, I would be so pissed off if I was in this chat with all of them. I would have been saying, hey, where's the mods? Ban this girl. Ban this child. She is causing problems. This is going to be a very big problem. This girl is a problem.
More evidence though, and then I need to get like, I don't know.
I hate when people do this. They have evidence, they have proof. They're like, a police report? No, that makes. Should I send this anonymously to the FBI tip line? Nah, let me put it up on Twitter. That should take care of it. Do you know?
Yeah, she's a child. To put it up on Twitter, bro, come the fuck on. I don't want to keep saying it over and over. Her parents should have been arrested.
Know the amount of Google Docs that have put people in jail? I'll give you a number. It's between 0 and 0. If EDP or any other creep hits you up, you should report it to the police. You should talk to your parents. I mean, why the fuck is Kayla 15 and engaging with I'm not going full EDP mode and going to blame the girl. I think don't like that. But she's really not doing herself any favors. She's really hurting her credibility. If you ask me my uncensored thoughts on this, I think she wants to be part of the group. And what I mean by that is she wants to be part of the group with the boys. Yeah,
that's why she should have been fucking banned.
Let's catch these predators. You know, I could go viral. This could help me out. And the reason why I'm saying this is because she herself admitted to being an opportunist. Don't you think someone that admitted to that would be like, if I catch or I'm a victim, I could, I don't know, maybe get my career going? I'm not saying that's how she thought. I'm the theory that I have, because it just doesn't make any sense. And that, along with the two lies that we have.
I think she just got into the hero mindset. She thought that she was going to do the world a favor, and she was having fun. She thought it was fun to catch a predator. That's why a lot of content creators do it, because it's fun.
Have so far, along with the screenshot, zoomed in screenshot, by the way, where we don't know if she said anything or sent the message and then did. So it looks like EDP just replied or messaged her directly. Some stuff is just not adding up.
Fast forward to when I found out about this situation. When I first got on the call with her, I let her know I didn't feel comfortable with her talking with a predator, with her being underage. So I came up with some clever ideas to where we could switch off and I could take over communication and she wouldn't have to.
That's what I was just saying a few minutes ago. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, he's texting you. You shouldn't see he's going to send you, let alone flirt. Pass it over to an adult. That's what I said. That's what I recommended. I wonder how to do that. Or was her main goal to take down EDP by herself?
That was it.
We could switch off.
Yeah, she was doing that because she thought it'd be fun and she thought she'd get glory if she actually did take him down.
I could take over communication and she wouldn't have to. Here's one of those examples that I gave her. Maybe we could say something like, hey, my parents switched providers and I couldn't get my number, so this is my new one. And then it'd be a number that we could text through. And granted, in that call, she did agree that that was a good idea, but she never gave over the communication to me nor Skeeter.
Did you try? Did you try and do that, or did you just mention that and move on from it?
Now, I really don't know why she never really wanted to give us over either the information for us to continue talking to him or even...
Because you probably stopped asking her.
and just saying that her number was messed up so we could talk to him on a different number. But when going through her in my Discord, I did find this thread of her, and I'ma just let you. So someone in my Discord rudely tells her that you taking credit for clout chasing a predator. She replies and said, no, I meant like I'm not gonna go to trial after trial to not get credit. He's literally going to jail because of me. I'm saving these streets. Stop. Also, she responded to somebody who rudely told her that
yeah, that's what I was saying. She was stuck in that hero mindset and she was having fun. She wanted the glory of actually taking him down herself.
She wanted was clout, and he said, if another YouTuber is gonna make clout off of my situation, so am I. TF, that's wrong to take full credit off of something. You're just too young to realize it.
I hate to say this, and trust me, I do not want to come to this conclusion or for this to, but yeah,
yep.
And I hate that I'm saying that about someone that was allegedly, because now it puts in perspective, because this is like, oh no, she messaged them first, even though I get it, she was underage, and you know, it's the adult's responsibility to shut that shit down ASAP. Completely aware of that. You're actually helping him here, and once again, it seems like you want the clout for whatever reason, for your music career or your YouTube channel so you could grow it. That's what's looking, unless I'm tripping and I'm taking a massive L by saying this.
I don't think it was directly for the YouTube career exactly. I think that's definitely part of it. I think it was mostly about feelings. That's what most things are for children, for one. That's what most things are for modern people. It's just feeling good.
It just looks wrong, and every second that's passing is hurting her credibility.
So that's just to show that this was 100% her saying it. And the crazy thing is this isn't about a clout situation, because it's really a tragic. This man was talking to who he knew. Says
the guy who turned it into content wearing a muffin costume. Come on now.
To be 15-year-old girl.
This is why I don't like Gideon. I don't get why so many people like him. So many people that I like him. This dude's a fucking retard.
Continue having still conversation, which is absolutely horrible. EDP should be thrown into the jail cell. And in my first call with her, after I checked up on her to make sure that she was okay, I even let her know that I wanted her to ghost the entire situation. And don't worry about your privacy, Kayla. You're gonna be a ghost in all of this. The only people—
Dude, you should not be working with children like that unless it's official, bro. Come the fuck on. Oh my god, just everywhere you turn and he's just completely retarded, completely brain dead.
That I wanted to know that she was personally involved in this and that she had been talking to him is her parents, which I also told them. Sure, you're aware of, everything that's happening.
Yes, my daughter always communicates to me.
Does she?
She is.
What the fuck? They knew about this shit. Holy shit, arrest them. Arrest every single fucking one of them. Arrest the girl too. Arrest EDP.
I think she considers me her best.
I guess you can't really arrest the girl because she was a child. Now she's an adult. But fucking, oh man, I'm so tired of this.
Friend.
That's awesome. And B, law enforcement. I didn't want anybody else, and nor the world, to know that this minor was talking to EDP. That's why me and Skeeter had to take over communication. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we should I'll be like, yo, could you give us your information? We'll give it right back to you. You can change it. We just don't feel comfortable with conducting the investigation with an actual 15-year-old talking to him.
But you still let her. You still had her in the Discord.
Yeah, basically. Or if she can get him to text her, and we can put up a text now account.
And just set up a. And even though I wasn't doing preg catching back then, I even knew that cases like this a while. So we had actually made a pact that we weren't going to go public with anything about the EDP case until EDP was arrested. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Gideon, literally in a cupcake costume confronting EDP, and you posted that on your Instagram. So how could you not want anybody to know about it? The only reason why I posted that is because on August 27th, Kayla had saying detectives told her that it was okay for her to post a video to talk about the situation.
And you believed her, a child.
Which, looking back on now, I know is pretty weird, and I personally—
Weird? You mean completely brain dead stupid?
Highly doubt that a detective would tell a minor to come out and make a YouTube video about a situation with Predator. But nonetheless, Kayla went first about this entire situation, not only going public with it, but also dropping the chat logs as well.
Hello.
My name is Kayla, and I am unfortunately EDP's victim. I am 16 and turning 17, and EDP first started talking to me when I was 15. He messaged me first, and I told him my age, and he didn't block me.
It kind of...
Whenever you look at her and you see EDP, I'm just like, huh, this girl was attracted to EDP, was victimized by EDP? I don't think so. I think that she was trying to turn him into a victim. She kind of did. I don't think he is, but like in this situation, he definitely is a victim of her wanting to take down a predator. Bro, oh, this situation's so fucked up.
It sounds like to me, she wanted to be the first person to break it, whether it was for revenue, cloud, or attention, whatever it was.
It was just a feel good. It was a million things, but at the end of the day, it was just a feel good experience, a high.
Don't know frankly what her intent was, and I agree with Gideon. Why would it tell a 15 to go public with her EDP story when that could hurt, and it did end up hurting the investigation and the arrest? She definitely jumped the gun big time by coming out before it should have happened.
That is the only reason why Skeeter went public with it afterwards, because everybody already knew that we were involved in the situation, so we let them know, hey, this is what happened. But the plan from the beginning was to make sure that this all goes through and that EDP was arrested then about it. And to prove that to you guys, here's an IG live that I did the day that we caught EDP, that's screen recorded, where we didn't let anybody know who we caught. All we said was that we caught somebody big.
Y'all know what we do. We would tell you guys it's caught, but legally we can't. But it's big.
And genuinely, I would want her to move past this, man. You know, that's why I didn't want her name to be out there or her name to be associated with this, because
then you should have fucking blocked her.
Bro, nobody wants to be known as the person who got groomed by EDP.
I'm actually curious what the people have to say about it. She didn't realize the internet has all the receipts. She genuinely doesn't know that she's lying on a multi-million. Cloud chasing at 15 on a PDF file is crazy. It was dead obvious she was lying when she said I'm doing this. Nah, she definitely sent him a lot of explain about it. This girl needs to ruin your... So looks like the comment section isn't really a fan of Kayla.
Since she never gave us the logins nor let us do the plan that we had of switching out the communication, I instead thought of the idea of getting an adult decoy, so that way when EDP came to meet, we could have an adult decoy there.
And he's still working with the 15-year-old at this point.
Now, I had asked her some photos of her, and she said,
yeah, 15-year-old asking for photos of a 15-year-old so he can make some fake porn to send to him. What the fuck are we doing?
Me these photos right here. With these photos, we found an actress that looks fairly similar to her. So I just find it weird that she's saying that we were forcing her to keep on talking EDP when we're jumping through all these. I mean, if we can find it.
You were forcing her to, because she's stupid. She was a kid. She was just clout chasing because she was a kid. And you were just like, okay, I'm just gonna let you do what you want. Here's my suggestions. Oh, you didn't follow them? Well, shit, we're gonna have to think of some other suggestions. No! You stop working with the child!
An actress that just like her, then why wouldn't we just communication? It just, to me personally, it doesn't make...
Because she was a child and she's stupid. Her brain don't work right yet.
Any sense, but again, she might just remember it.
I'm sorry to say this, and this does sound kind of mean, but it's because if you replaced her with this actress, you would have taken her quote-unquote job and her opportunity, no pun intended. I think she saw clout, you know what I mean? I hate to say it, because the last thing that I want is to say that about someone. You gotta call it how it is. It's blue, it's blue. If it's black, it's black. And for everything we've seen so far up to now, it does seem like she wanted to be the one to capture EDP, even though she was 15 years old. And instead of talking to EDP and getting involved with all of this, he handed over to professionals. And she should have just gone back to doing her math work. And
but I don't blame her for it because she was a kid. I blame Gideon for this whole fucking thing with the Kayla situation.
On top of that, you're slandering Gideon. You're spreading lies about him. So I'm glad he's to himself. He's like, nah. You're not getting away with it.
Now I had sent her.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, I agree. I don't think Gideon should be canceled or anything for this. I just think that people should call him out and be like, what the fuck, dude?
Photo of the of-age decoy that we'll be using, and she sent me this really weird message. I'm gonna read that message for you real quick, and keep in mind, to my knowledge, the second time she's asked to meet EDP445 in person. Let me read you. She said, quick question. I was wondering why you need a decoy to lure EDP, because hear me out. If he sees it, he's gonna leave. Meaning if he sees the decoy, he's gonna leave. And if it's actually me, I could get him to do devious things on camera that he won't be able to deny in court.
Yeah, you're a kid. You shouldn't be trying to get these things out of somebody. You shouldn't be seeing these things.
No. And since I'm really turning 16 on that day, wouldn't it make it more real? Like, I could get him to spill the beans, because I feel like he'll try to trick decoy. And I let her know cops aren't gonna allow you anywhere near that. I really didn't even know how to respond to that.
That is a crazy fucking, I think we all get it, the gun. And I get
the decoy was a horrible idea.
She's 15, but I mean, she's 18 now, and still says that she feels like she's a victim of Gideon more than Edie. I think she's saying that because the whole thing got botched, and it really didn't help her in any way, shape, or form.
No.
I don't think she really was much of a victim of EDP. She was trying to victimize him. I think she is a victim of Gideon not fucking banning her. But she's also a degenerate and a liar, so I don't really care about any of this. I think they're all retarded, and I think EDP should, well, see what Oompaville said at the end of the documentary.
Now, me personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're not harming anybody, and I don't think I was harming anybody. And especially...
You harmed the world by fucking it all up.
When you're my age, if you're 16, people are going to think that you're young and dumb. So you kind of have to make your own opportunities.
Bro, you're 16 and you are young and dumb. You should be in math class, not trying to catch predators.
You cannot be waiting for... But this entire situation was not that at all.
Now, I do want to give an update. So, Kayla gave me case numbers and detective numbers to call. I called the detective number and it's connected, and took me like till 3 years later to finally find out what police station she went to and everything. And she really doesn't have all the updates and everything, but luckily, since I deal with police so much, I kind of figured it out and figured out where to look. And I can confirm that there is a case number associated with the account, meaning that there wasn't a report made. And also, not only was there a report made, but I confirmed with the police station that this case is currently with the FBI. Now, granted,
is the FBI going to do anything about it?
Even though it's with the FBI.
Yeah, we all know about all the school shooting situations that they had evidence was going to happen, and then they didn't stop. So...
FBI, I don't know if they're still actively investigating it.
They're not.
And I don't know if they'll do anything with all of this.
They're not.
Personal. So while we can all hope and pray that the situation wasn't for nothing,
I think one day we're going to get the news that EDP passed away from kidney failure or something ridiculous, a death that he does not deserve. He deserves an electric chair.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, she was still groomed. She is still a victim, and EDP needs to be arrested. I don't know if the FBI is going to do anything with the information. Hopefully, with the popularity of the documentary, plus his admission, hopefully something happens.
So that's actually massive. And, you know, I'm not a religious person, but fuck it, dude. I'll pray here. Praying the FBI, the U.S. government finally does something useful and they put someone behind bars.
Yeah, well, they're operated by demons, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Someone that genuinely belongs there, and EDP should have been arrested. And EDP,
they're worried about throwing up flock cameras and catching the people who are destroying them. That's what they're worried about right now. That's like their biggest concern.
He should have been arrested 4 years ago. Didn't happen. Do I want to see him behind bars? Yes. Do I want to see the arrest footage? Absolutely. But if you saw the documentary, or you saw my ED videos from yesterday and before, you know that he is currently dying. He doesn't have much time. He has approximately 12 months, and that's being generous. Even if he's arrested and thrown behind bars, he's not going to face the full extent of the law because he's going to die. Now, once again, I hope he gets arrested and he spends his last few months in jail, because that's what deserve if you talk to minors. At this point, it's like, who cares? I wish. But it's like a little too late. I digress. Best case scenario, he spent his last few months in jail.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but I think I was mainly a victim. This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of Gideon.
That's insane. That's something crazy to say.
I think it's crazy for her to say. I don't think it's crazy for me to say, because I do think that she was a victim of Gideon. I think she was a victim of Gideon being completely retarded. I don't think Gideon was being evil exactly, but there is neglect and ignorance to the point of pushing into being evil.
When you were sent disgusting pictures and Gideon was trying to save you and help you. Now, am I saying that Gideon is a perfect human being? Fuck no. Who is? In my opinion.
Yeah, he shouldn't have tried to, in quotes, help her, because she was obviously a degenerate.
And Gideon has done more good than bad. And it sucks because he actually tried to help this girl out. And for this girl to turn around and spit on his face and kick his balls.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Ungrateful. How could you come on here and be like, yeah, you know, I was a victim of EDP, but I feel like Gideon was worse.
This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of Gideon in a way. I feel like for a long time I was his like little puppet.
I'm not gonna lie, this part of the documentary actually hurt my feelings the most, because you know, she's pretty much saying that I victimized her more than an actual pedophile.
I think it's true, but I think that it was minuscule. I don't think that she was really a victim of EDP other than EDP being an adult and she being a minor. I think that's where that victim starts and ends, because she really pushed it and wanted to keep it going. But she was doing it for clout. She was in a Discord server of 130,000 for a YouTuber who had direct contact with her, you know? When you got all those things lining up together, you start getting a little bit like, oh, I might become famous. And that is a high that you ride on.
I'm not here to fight what she said. You know, if she truly feels like that, then that's how she feels. I know what I did, though. I know I tried to take over communication. I know I told her to go to the police. I know my Discord told her to go to police. And I know...
I think that you should, switch everything over to me. No, bitch! Give me all your communications to him, or I'm banning you from the server. That's what you should have been like. Let me take over, or we're done.
Oh, we didn't want her to keep on talking.
I'm in charge 2020, people will say. No, it was right in front of his fucking face. This is why I have a rule for no communication with children whatsoever, even if they're begging me to help them. Because I'm not the one.
So she's been threatening to sue me a lot lately. Like in her video that she made about me recently, she threatened that I would be inside of a lawsuit.
I mean, at this point, what does Gideon even pay you for? Especially you inside. I can't wait to see you all inside a lawsuit next.
And somebody in her comment section said, hey, why are you gonna sue Gideon but not EDP?
Yeah, that's retarded.
She replied with, EDP doesn't have any money. Yeah, I mean,
EDP does
really
have
don't know
money.
what else to say about that, man. You know, if that's how she feels, that's how she feels.
This girl with the whole Illuminati shit. And once again, I hate saying that about one of the victims.
I think Gideon is a part of a type of Illuminati, not the Illuminati. That chick's crazy. I think he's part of like a Twitch Illuminati. All these people at Twitch, they're connected. That's how they stay famous. That's how they have views. That's how they don't get banned for crazy shit. Sometimes they get banned because you kind of have to for the public face, but it's all connected. They all know each other.
She's lying. She contradicts herself. The story, she tried to throw Gideon under the bus and then be like, yeah, I'm going to sue him. Why not EDP, the guy that actually tried to hurt you? Oh,
yeah, I don't feel bad for Gideon for any of this. He kind of deserves it.
Because Gideon has money. And on top of that, God knows what she sent. Yeah, I really don't. I don't think reliable. We have to be.
I don't trust her because she's a liar and a degenerate. And I don't trust Gideon because he's retarded.
Careful with what she tells us. Yeah, that's all I could say. Yeah, she did drop a video that's 10 minutes long. But she turned off comments. I guess she was getting
don't turn the comments off. Oh, I don't like her. Don't block people. Don't turn off comments. Don't turn off replies. The only people that you should be blocking are actual creeps. One by one, individually. And bots. Real bots. Not people that you are using bot as an insult against. I'm so fucking done with this situation, man. Remember this girl? Remember Courtney Clinny? I kind of do. I kind of stayed away from this topic because I have too many topics. But it's finally over. Let's check out what happened.
Courtney Clenny's case is finally over, and as this scandal gets wrapped up, we are facing 6 years in prison for Courtney Clenny. We're going to talk about it today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. Of course,
what's she doing again?
Esquire, American attorney, and importantly, Florida attorney, as this was a very much Florida-Miami case. So in case you were out of it, our defendant here is Courtney Clenny. Here's her prison mugshot, which is a little bit different.
I can fix her.
Different than some of her photos. And the victim in this case here is Christian Obumseli. He passed away after this incident. So for those that have not followed this from the beginning, the incident actually happened on April 3rd, 2022. So we're talking 4 years ago, over 4 years ago now, where the OnlyFans model, that is Courtney, fatally stabbed her boyfriend with a kitchen knife during an argument in her luxury Miami apartment, One Paradiso, down there in Edgewater. Now, this was very fascinating because
I'd let her murder me. No, I would not. I'm just kidding. I'm not like that. I'm gay. No, I'm not gay.
First, this was a case which, if we look at what she says, was claimed to be self-defense. She said she was defending herself during a heated argument where he was looking violent, saying that he was aggressive, and she also said she threw the knife at him from 10 feet away, which is quite a distance to get the amount of penetration that we had from the medical record. And of course,
unless she spent her whole life watching Naruto,
the prosecution picked up on that.
That's what I did. I'm good at throwing knives because of Naruto. I saw them throwing knives all the time. I was like, I want to be good at that.
Now, she also claimed later there was a pattern of domestic abuse, which she added in there. So there's certain defenses like battered woman syndrome, BWS, which are come in as defenses. So she was prepared to go in there and argue that in her defense. Now, the prosecution...
What I'm guessing is it was a toxic relationship and they were beating on each other all the time. That's what I constantly see, especially somebody that's going to stab the guy instead of just running away.
View was this is second degree murder. They said, looking at it, hey, look, the evidence shows that they had a tempestuous and combative relationship. That's their language. And if you look at the videos, and there's lots of video out there,
I bet he was a complete fucking degenerate asshole and she was a cunt. I guarantee.
You can see that they had a, spicy
just makes each other worse.
And they're saying that the violence was really escalating by Clenny herself. So Clenny herself was the one who was shown to be violent over the course of their relationship.
Yeah, I bet she was violent until finally he snaps and he's just, goes over the top violent.
Now,
who knows, though?
There was also evidence from the medical examiner. The medical examiner did not agree with the self-defense theory, did not agree with the thrown knife theory. And they looked at it and said there's...
Yeah, she doesn't seem like somebody who watched Naruto.
No way that a knife that's pretty large gets inside of a body for a significant level of penetration with, somebody who has no ninja skills. She's not out here doing her ninjutsu. And they're saying it's impossible to throw that knife that deep from 10 feet away. So that's just something that's kind of impossible.
Yeah, for her.
Now, the arrest was in 2022. She was arrested while at rehab in Hawaii. She was held without bond since then in Miami. So she's been really behind bars for almost 4 years, or actually over 4 years at this point. Now, the case was delayed for years. I was hoping to review this case, to watch it live with you guys, and to go through the whole thing and see where it shakes out, see what the evidence shows, see what the witnesses say. But there were issues. The prosecution messed up. They looked at some things they shouldn't look at. They got into some computer records they shouldn't get at. There were lots of questions of the experts, the witnesses, etc. So there was a lot of evidence issues in this case, and this thing got delayed forever. But we finally have a plea deal. So August 10th, that's just the other day, we have a plea deal. She came into open court and entered into this plea willingly, voluntarily, knowing what she said. And she was found guilty of manslaughter with a deadly weapon. So it is a reduction from the charge of second-degree murder. She admitted to causing the stab wounds. She admitted it was her, and she accepted criminal...
I'm cool with 6 years in prison for this, but when she gets out, I think she should be immediately shipped off to a mental institution for the rest of her life.
Responsibility. So she said, no, I am on the hook for this. I am on the line for this.
If you're in a relationship and you think the relationship is so bad that you gotta stab the motherfucker, you deserve life in a mental institution, because you can literally just move away. Yeah, bro, like, it takes a week If you got money, if you're an OnlyFans model, take $400 and go to a small town. That's all it takes, man.
Also, importantly, the victim's family approved of the deal. So the victim's family was not objecting to this. They were accepting of this deal as it came down to guilty of manslaughter with a deadly weapon. Now, that doesn't mean that the victim's family would know how they were sentenced, because that's up to the judge, right? The judge was the one who ultimately would come down with that. But they did know that, hey, if we're entering into a plea deal, this is going to be something less than the maximum amount of punishment at trial. So here's the sentencing. She got 6 years in state prison with credit for time served, which we'll get to in a second. Then 5 years of probation after she gets out. So she's got a significant amount of time if you tack on the probation. Also,
she's definitely going to violate that probation because she's going to learn some new criminal tricks while she's in prison. She just seems like the type.
So conditions which go with that probation are mental health and substance abuse treatment, which I think are absolutely appropriate in her case.
Substance abuse.
It seems like there's definitely some
mental health. Okay.
Substance abuse and clearly some mental health stuff that needs to be worked out. So that's
she's gonna fucking do it again.
Something that I think is critical in this case for her, recovery. She also served roughly 4 years since that August 22 arrest, so she expected to serve 2 more years. But mind you, she faced 30 years if convicted. So that's a huge delta between the amount she could have been serving, up to 30 years, and the amount
I guarantee you, judging by her being with a degenerate black dude, not saying black dudes are degenerate, I'm saying this particular one, holy shit, whole bunch of mental issues, substance abuse. She's going to use this murder as a brag. She's going to be like, I killed a man. I stabbed him. Spent 6 years in prison. Don't fuck with me.
She actually is going to end up serving, which is only 2 years beyond the 4 she's already served, right? For a total of 6. Now, one thing that's very interesting here is Florida has what's called a son of Sam law. This is very important because she does OF. So what I think people are thinking is, hey, she's going to come out and monetize this. She's going to play some pity story. She's going to try to say, woe is me and collect off of this. And the laws in Florida prevent you from profiting from accounts of the crime. So movies, TVs, books, etc., all that stuff, you cannot profit from the crime. Now, one important thing is she is an OF model. So is OF prohibited? No, it's not strictly prohibited. It doesn't say under the statute, or rather under the...
I think OF should be prohibited in the United States for anybody.
Sentencing, when they talked about it, that she could not do OF. That's not something that's out there. However, if she starts to do OF with the sob story or her accounts of the crime, or maybe she's doing some prisoner cosplay, who knows, that sort of stuff, they might be able to come back in and say, yeah, you can't do that. That's profiting off the crime. So I think they're going to pay attention. They're going to pay attention to her OF. And if she does anything that seems to be playing up to that I'm the victim here, thing, or trying to profit off of that, I think they could step in and they could.
How old is she? Is he fucking 6 years plus 11 years that she can't, profit from her OnlyFans? In 11 years, she's going to not be hot enough for OnlyFans anyway. I mean, look at her. She's already barely hot enough.
Could hit her OF. So that's something that we'll definitely keep an eye on when she gets out of prison. Now, what's my judgment here? Well, Clinty received a light sentence compared to what was on the line. 30 years, getting 6. Relatively light. I would have said up to a decade even would have been something that could have been appropriate in this case, with 4 years time served, perhaps giving her maybe 8 years. So it's 4 and 4. But she did get a relatively light charge. It is her first offense. So that's something that I think.
So she's doing 2 years.
You have to factor in here that it is relatively on the light side. However, the victims.
So it's 2 years. She's getting 2 years in prison and then 5 years of probation because she's already served 4.
Family accepted the deal. So from my perspective, as a person watching these cases, if the victim's family, which are the ones most effective, of course, and the ones that absolutely have the right to feel like this has been a fair process, if they are willing to accept that, they're willing to accept the plea deal, I think to a certain extent we have to defer and we have to say, hey, they're okay with it. Therefore, the people that were out there watching that were maybe thinking this would be a conviction, we need to be okay with that as well. But one thing I
don't have to be okay with that. I think we should lock up criminals forever. Well, what the fuck are we doing? No, I don't give a fuck about the family who their son or their family member was a victim. We don't handle crimes like that.
I do strongly agree is she should not profit from this. She should not be able to put on the alligator tears and go get book, movie, TV deals to make it seem like she's totally an innocent angel and all of this. That should not be a thing that's going on here. I think that her profit should be restricted. Yeah, she may do OF, but she shouldn't do OF in a way that profits off of this. But I want to know what you guys think who've been following this case and maybe who are...
you know what I think. I think that she should be institutionalized for life, and that OnlyFans should be banned across the United States, probably across the world, but I don't really care about the world. I just care about the United States. We need to actually handle criminals like we should. Like, what the fuck?
Now, the Muslim community, well, they're not very happy about the fact that people are starting to notice their takeover of the country. Now, for the last while, I have seen the right be incredibly principled in regards to not being Islamophobic. And recently, as the Muslims continue to...
What do you call it? Islamoceptic. These people make me sick.
Conquered. The right is like, we actually don't really want to get conquered, to be honest with you. Now, again, it's not every Muslim, obviously. I want to make a distinction. The radical Muslim, the snake, and the Muslim...
I think that we should deport all Muslims. All Muslims.
At the grass. Anyway, breaking news! Hasan Piker says he wants to, quote, destroy the white race. I covered this in my previous video, but the discourse got...
He said that a long time ago, didn't he?
Way hairier ever since then. Of course, people are responding. Breaking news, foreigner hates white people. Literally the least shocking thing I've ever... Now, I'm white Lamau, says Hasan Piker. Schrodinger's white guy, as we find him. This week...
Yeah, he's only white whenever it's convenient.
On Hasan, 999.6% cooked, somebody even... All right, so I'm white Lamau, says Hasan. Now, actually, I don't
give a fuck if you're white. I honestly don't. I don't give a fuck about anything that you say. If you hate America, you don't belong here. Hot take. Even if you're American, if you were born here, if you've been here for generations, if you don't want to be here, then you should get the fuck out.
Exclusive footage of Hasan tweeting this, actually. Now, a lot of people don't realize, but I was actually literally taking a photo of him as he was tweeting this. That's right. Everyone in chat is so surprised right now. This, as you can see, is Hasan Piker typing, I'm white Lamau, as you can see from this photo right over here. Now, interestingly enough, Hasan Piker, who has been notoriously on record saying, I'm white Lamau, has also had gigantic crash outs whenever someone dared call him white. Now, the reason why he was offended when someone called him white is actually because he's a racist. He hates white people. He hates black people. He's a Turk. What can I say? He loves...
He only likes terrorism. He likes terrorists.
Infinite Ottoman Empire, baby. I am not saying that Turks love because I have literally been criticized by people at YouTube for saying Turks love genocide. So I will not be making that statement, that Turks love genocide.
Nope, not going to make that statement. Nope.
Historically, Turks have done a bunch of genocide, but that is not indicative of the opinion.
Yeah, just look at the name of the Young Turks, if you know anything about the Young Turks.
I just want to make that very clear.
What he's doing here is smearing Connie as a Zionist in defense of you because she reacted to something, she reacted to some completely indefensible statement of yours. See, this is what I mean. It's like, really, it's indefensible.
He's probably mad because he saw an Armenian in the chat and he realized that they missed one. That was a joke, obviously, and a glib remark towards the Armenian genocide carried out by the Turks, which, again, is not something indicative of what every Turk would do, but...
You find it indefensible. You find it defensible for a white supremacist organization who has actively tried to fucking tackle affirmative action initiatives, which have now led to the anti-DEI movement that we are currently in. You find that to be so fucking...
By the way,
you can't be talking like that, white baby. See, this is what I mean. First of all, suck my fucking cock, okay? I'm a goddamn Muslim American who gets fucking called a terrorist every fucking day.
Oh, that's actually not because of the color of your skin. That's because you love terrorism.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay, are we doing racism Olympics? Are we talking about what kind of racism is institutionally completely appropriate?
Well, let me introduce you to institutionally completely appropriate racism, ladies and gentlemen. It's when you don't like terrorists. That's right. Disliking terrorists is now racism, according to... You see, Woke 1 was like, all races and cultures are equal. I said that with a straight face. I'm still surprised. Woke 2 is like, actually, if you criticize terrorists, you're racist. Man, Woke 2 is so much cooler than Woke 1, guys.
Yeah, Woke 3 is just going to be them straight up committing mass acts of terrorism. They already show that they enjoy that shit. Peaceful protests, mostly peaceful. eventually they're just going to straight up be like, yes, rioting is good and just, and we should be burning down every building in America and replacing them with mosques.
So much cooler. Now, this is your daily reminder that Islam is not a race, it is an ideology. This is also your daily reminder that terrorism, it is often carried out by a specific ideology, of which I will not mention particularly at all, obviously. Of course, it's just not the Christians, or the Jews, or the Hindus, or the Sikhs, usually. But anyway, this is him getting super mad that someone called him white. Right, so he's white, he's not white, he's Schrodinger's white, he's not Schrodinger's white.
He's also not a Muslim, he pretends to be a Muslim.
His head smaller than usual, but he's getting fat, so you probably weren't able to tell. Now, Asmongold was recently banned on Twitch for saying that countries should defend
What? He was?
their borders. Very controversial take, because according to the homosexual globalist elites, they want you to get raped to death. They want your infinite rape to happen to all of your family. Now, the global...
It's not really that they want that particularly. It's just that they're evil and they love evil. They love when evil things happen. And that's what they are promoting, is evil in general.
Love that stuff, which is why I'm demonetized on YouTube. I made an entire deep dive on the morality of child invaders on my Patreon, which I'm not saying here that I actually endorse or not, because on YouTube, you're not allowed to have opinions. However, on Patreon, you're allowed to have opinions, so you can check my Patreon, link in the description, where I do an entire deep dive on the morality of, or immorality that are trying to invade your nation. Now, I am tired of aliens, and aliens need to go. I'm just saying. Oh no, an alien is crying. Tear up the Constitution. I don't care. The aliens have to go. Purge the aliens. Remove them. Remove the aliens. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is...
Fucking Zognoids. The fucking Gorgonauts. What's another word I could use? Goblins. That's my new favorite one.
Yes.
You don't want goblins taking over your village. You know what you do to goblins who are trying to take over your village?
HASAN is very angry that Asmongold was banned. I have an entire video on this yesterday. Asmongold's response to being banned for advocating for murder migrant children. Actually, he was advocating to defend your country from Xenos filth. All right, literally, who are using children as human shields. Let's double down and then talk about other kinds of children that should also be murdered. I'm not even joking. That's bad, because there are tons that should die. I know, it's a really hard thing to hear.
Didn't he call Israeli babies settlers, or what is it? What did he call them? He was justifying murdering babies of Jews.
It's definitely a rough thing to discuss. Again, this is coming from HASAN, the guy who endorses abortion, which is the largest child-killing project in the history of the world.
Dude, it's worse than the Holocaust. More babies are killed than the amount of Jews that died in the Holocaust.
All right, let's not mince words. To be really mad at Asmongold for wanting to defend your border. And he's like, yeah, sometimes when terrorists use children as human shields, they'll die. What are you supposed to do? Just not fight the terrorists? It's like, oh shit, an alien is a baby duct taped to his chest. We have to let him rape us now. Rape me, alien. There's nothing I can do about it.
So I just looked it up. Recent estimates indicate that approximately 1.1 million abortions occur annually in the United States, with the Guttmacher Institute estimating 1,126,000 procedures in 2025 and 1,140,000 in 2024. That's an awful lot of baby murdering.
Please be quick, alien. Please be quick. Anyway, so the point is, Asmongold actually responds with a truke. That's a truth nuke, in short. HASAN has said that Israeli settlers were valid military targets, and then explicitly said there are baby settlers. Anyone could look this clip up and find it. Bro, Asmongold's been watching the Nuxanors here. You're not mad. I said shoot kids. You're mad. The kids I said to shoot aren't Jews. Oh my. Yeah. And then HASAN responds in the classic terrorist-supporting, dog-shocking, brothel enthusiast manner, where he just lies. Not surprised the child murder advocate is lying! For the state most famous for murdering children, Israel.
Okay.
Now, it's so funny, because now, not only is Israel not even remotely close to the state that murdered the most children. In fact, Turkey murdered way more children than it.
I think that America murders more children than anybody in history, and it's not people like Asmongold making that happen. It is the leftoids that HASAN sides with, because abortion
Not even remotely close. Speaking of states that kill children, as well. By the way, America killed more children when we nuked Japan. Literally in just that one instance alone. And there are so many examples. This again and again and again. But anyway, no one cares. Like, oh yeah, the terrorist is using your child as a human shield. Quick, sacrifice your civilization. Sacrifice it for the sake of that one child. That child is duct taped to the terrorist's chest. They're shooting missiles from. They're duct taping babies to rocket launchers. Nothing you can do about that anymore. It's over. It's over, guys.
I think if enough people say to deport them eventually, it'll actually happen.
Nothing you can do. When you can defend yourself, a child will die. Anyway, so Hassan Piker, who doesn't understand anything about the world, that's a joke. He obviously does. He just wants you to be emotionally manipulated by terrorist child shield havers. Child body armor enjoyers. So, anyway, so Hassan Piker first says, you're lying! You're lying! Except, he's lying, though.
Palestinians, and this is going to sound very radical and possibly very violent, but this is a matter of law, and maybe even if you agree with this, a matter of morality. Palestinians have the legal ground to violently seize back their own homes from the settlers. This is a reality, and that is precisely the reason why they have to exist under endless occupation in the West Bank.
You know what? And that's why I say, if it was settlers, that would be a lot more understandable. Yeah. But let's not obfuscate. Okay, I understand what
This is talking about Hamas terrorists invading the Israeli border, raping and murdering 1,300 Jews, and then kidnapping 300 more, by the way, including dozens of Americans.
saying. This dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But
there are baby settlers as well. What do you mean? So Hassan Piker, first of all, talks about how any Palestinian has every right to kill an Israeli settler. They're settling. And then, all of a sudden, bro decides to say, of course there are baby settlers. Of course. So Hassan, an actual advocate for terrorists murdering innocent babies, is crying that Asmongold thinks that you should actually defend your nation from terrorists that are using babies as human shields. Again, I don't care about your fake morality, alien. We're gonna get you out of here. That'd be awesome. Now,
Dude, I can't wait. It's been too long. Been way too long. Been talking about this guy for years. Finally, the media is picking up on him, but they're still not doing enough.
Top surrogate, Hassan Piker, says he loves the goal of impoverishing the white middle class. Oy vey, so much of what you earn literally goes nowhere. If you take a look, I guarantee you are overpaying on car insurance. Every year, the prices rise. You never question it. Insurance companies count that you on the fact that you never question it. People just pay because that's the bill and that's what you gotta do. But do not fold to the Giga Corporation vampires.
He pushes
There's
scam
something
apps,
cheaper out there,
insurance.
and that's why this video is sponsored by Smarter Auto. It takes you 2 minutes to check, and you immediately...
He's just taking money from these people because he knows that none of his audience is actually going to use that. They're not going to click that shit.
Find the cheapest alternative.
That's why he's got a different one every time.
Worked for me, so I wanted to share it. Here's what happens when you check it out. You scan the QR code on screen or click the link in my description. Answer a few basic questions like your car, your zip code, basic info like that. You'll see a table with different insurance quotes and rates side by side. You compare the options, you pick whatever's best for you, and it takes you straight to that provider to sign up and start saving. It's completely free. It takes like 2 minutes, and every person that does it literally supports my channel. I'm fully demonetized by YouTube for telling the truth, and if you can help me for free and help yourself, win-win. Don't be a brokey. Get off your lazy ass. Take 2 minutes of your time and potentially save hundreds of dollars a month. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description right now. Check your rate and see how much you could be saving and help me in the process. Back to the chaos.
His top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over and impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love her so much. One of the things about Zoran is that the people surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is. But that's also part of the reason why I really respect what he's doing. She's awesome.
What?
Right. So we have this guy who wants to destroy the white race. And also he loves the goal of impoverishing the white middle class.
Bro, I don't want to be a white nationalist, man. I don't want to be a white supremacist. None of that. But these people are making me.
Just say, isn't that incredible? Isn't it incredible that this dude exists? Now, let me just show you Exhibit A for why birthright is cancer. Thank you for your attention.
By the way, communism is illegal.
But this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He's mad that Zoran Mamdani isn't radical enough to give it to the infinite invasion of brown people. All right, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Now, again, he makes believe he's white. and simultaneously not white. It's incredible that this is a real guy. Now, people being like, hello, this is literally Hasan Piker in his pool in the backyard of his Los Angeles mansion with the dog that he likes electrocuting. Hello. And then leftists are like, the pool is tiny though. That's right, guys. He is a tiny pool. It's just a tiny pool. It's just a tiny pool. He's a communist with a Gucci bag. Got his Prada kicks. Yeah, gotta have his swag. And a tiny pool. And a tiny head. And a tiny schmeat. But he's fat, so he makes up for that. Anyway.
Imagine making fun of a guy for having a tiny pool. Most people don't have a pool. Most people can't even afford the inflatable pool you get from Walmart.
So Hasan Piker's mom, her son's love for China is outlandish. No one saw this one literally ever. Hasan Piker's mom being like, I think my baby is actually a Chinese operative. Very cool. Now, Abdul El Sayed campaign surrogate, Hasan Piker, has a message to young Americans. All right? In case you're aware that what his actual foreign policy stance, it's pretty good.
Don't join the military. Do not join the military.
Join the military.
I'm sorry to say,
Hasan Piker urges his audience of transsexual terrorists not to join the military.
Told you, do not join the military. An important lesson.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's good for him to not tell It's good for him to tell his audience not to join the military because you don't want these freaks in the military.
And for all foreign adversaries of America to pay close attention to. You want sovereignty? You got to get nukes. That's it. This is the end of American imperialism in our lifetime.
Deport them. Honestly, I think more things should happen than just deporting them, but I'm not going to state those.
That's why I said what I said.
You don't join the military.
He said what he said at Yale. At Yale. Like this rich freak is trying to cause wars to happen, and he's not even going to be able to, he's not going to have to participate in them. Because he speaks at places like Yale. Historically, these people are not the ones who have to fight the fight.
Military. Iran needs nuclear weapons.
At Yale. At the Yale Union. In that speech that I delivered, I said American empire is dying. It's ending no matter what we say. So it's up to us to manage that decline of American empire.
Your people are the ones, in quotes, causing the decline. Even though it's not actually declining.
And to retreat from the world in a more equitable manner. Don't join the military. Do not join the military.
So this dude just exists to destroy our nation. Why are we not deporting this guy? What logical explanation could you give me for why after a trial, of course, is not appropriate? Like, I don't want to be rude here. I'm not calling for violence. I'm asking.
It's because the people that we have in power currently are incompetent and they're worried about making money.
A moral question. What logic?
You can't make money whenever these people exist in the country. They're all over the place.
Reason could you, or moral reason, you give me as to why, after a trial, this dude shouldn't be executed for treason? Like, can you explain this to me?
I agree.
Like, again, I'm just asking for the moral argument. Now, Dr. Abdul El Sayed, not a real doctor, said, these multimillionaires can be weekends in Mackinac Island. How about you and your family? So this is him going to Mackinac Island in Michigan, saying he hates the town because the white people live there and the roads are clean and there's not rape. And I guess Abdul El Sayed likes dirty towns with rape. But this town is white people with no rape, so he's not a fan. So you got people, Kid Rock, going on Fox News to talk about how actually it's like, why does he just hate this area that he's supposed to be representing in the Senate?
And Mackinac is one of the most beautiful places in America. And don't take my word for it. Ask the millions of people who have visited. I just recently had some friends up here at my lake home in Charlevoix, Michigan, from South Alabama, from Birmingham, Alabama, but have a lake house in Alabama.
Yeah, talking about how beautiful it is. Obviously, Dr. Abdul El Sayed decides to do the socialist grift. Oh, they're multimillionaires. You can afford homes on Mackinac. How about you afford a home on Mackinac? Again, this is coming from Dr. Abdul El Sayed, who owns 3 homes around the world. This scammer owns 3 homes around the world. Literally, all these commies are scammers.
I think it's great if Americans are living the life. I don't give a fuck. They're trying to bring them down to our level because they're fucking commies. They want everybody to be equal, except them, of course, because they're going to have power. They're going to be the ones with the power and the money. They just don't want other people to have it.
LARPing as victims of capitalism because they think you're dumb. And you know what? They're right. You are dumb. It's working. It's working on getting the dumb vote. It's literally working. Now, of course, this is talking about how Hasan Piker, definitely
I grew up
scary as shit.
20 minutes outside of Dearborn. I'm very familiar with this area. I'm watching this race very closely. I have seen firsthand what is happening in these communities. You cannot tell me that it is not happening. I have seen the forced subjugation and humiliation of women in the name of Islam. I have heard the Islamic call to prayer blasted in the streets. I have seen street signs named after literal terrorists. And I have Dearborn looked at a concerned resident in the face and told him that he didn't belong in the community because he dared raise objections to any of this. This is a problem. None of this is normal, and I'm not going to be shamed by Hasan Piker, who is now out there calling everyone who raises concerns about this Islamophobic.
You see, I think that you should just make believe that Islamophobic is not real, because it's not. You see, here's the thing. You are giving them power by making believe that they actually have some sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm Islamiseptic, and I think that we should purge the disease.
Right, if someone calls me Islamophobic, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to get blown up by a guy screaming Allahu Akbar. No. Oh. And
Aloha snack bar.
And no, well, now what? So anyway, Hasan Piker, it's not Islam that's subjugating women in this country. It's Republic. They just lie, actually. Like, lying is just OP, bro. It's crazy how they do this every single time. All right, now, Zohran Mamdani had a recently resurfaced podcast clip show up where he's basically admitting to the fact that his entire political goal is manipulating...
Hey, I downloaded this clip. I'm getting ready to put that up on my Clips channel.
Manipulating...
Folly Town Clippers.
Gen Z college kids that want an identity to vote for him so he could gain power, import people to rape them. Okay, I embellished the end there, but that's kind of what the end goal is, right?
I think that with the interesting thing about our communities here is I think that minority communities, because we have never had representation, we are tied much more to identity. White communities, they've had representation forever. And so for them, their tie is a little less identity and a little more ideology. And so what I mean by that is we have a lot of voters here who think of themselves first as progressive voters. And so we reach out to them speaking about our platform, our progressive platform. And you're very right that you need someone in the middle to be a validator, someone to tell them to trust us, believe in us. We've had that with Tiffany Caban and Cynthia Nixon.
If you look into their book, you would know that you cannot trust them or believe them.
I love how his accent used to just be like an Indian accent. It was really fun with the way we manipulate stupid white women. They go to college. They think they have brain because they have degree and underwater butt sex. I don't support butt sex, but I'll tell them I do. I am simply going to admit that my entire strategy is simple. We will take the white liberal bitch. We will fool them. We will convince them. Progressive. I am progressive. I'm progressive. You must join my movement as progressives. What I love when women wear towels. Towel women are my favorite kind of women. My favorite kind of women. I heard one speak in the background. This is very upsetting. Speak. No towel woman would speak. Anyway, so of course, Mamdani goes out there and he gets booed, literally booed off stage in the funniest way.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some more dancing?
Look at that.
More dancing? Yeah, what? You don't like dancing?
No, we're not. We're getting awards. Somebody's getting an award. You want to see who's getting an award? Come on, guys. I want some energy here.
Literally him off stage. Now, Secular Talk with Cuck Skalinski had this. This was a little girl's dance event in Staten Island. My sister was there. A Republican heckled and booed so hard he cardiac arrested himself. He hated on Zohran so aggressively he literally had a heart attack at a kid's dance recital. Laughing emoji. Except none of this is true. Community note, this event was not at a children's dance recital. It was at a cop show. All right? It was at the annual National Night Out Against Crime, hosted by the NYPD and law enforcement. So he literally just lies. Again, this is the entire leftist strategy. Just lying is OP. Right? You just lie, and then people will be like, holy shit. They'll just believe you.
And he's got his Blue Sky handle in his Twitter handle. Are you kidding me?
Because that's actually just how it goes. Now, Gad Saad, a man who escaped Lebanon, killed the Jews there, and he ended up in Canada. He said, my family and I escaped execution in Lebanon because Islam wanted to kill us. My parents were kidnapped by Fatah and were severely mistreated. Our home in Beirut was stolen by Palestinian Muslims. My wife's family escaped Lebanon because Islam wanted to kill them. Her ancestors escaped the Armenian genocide because Islam wanted to kill them. My grandparents escaped Syria because Islam wanted to kill them. My brother-in-law's family escaped Alexandria in Egypt because Islam wanted to kill them.
Yeah, Islam is perfect if you are 1000% for the regime. It's not even about being for Islam, by the way. You have to be for that particular flavor of Islam.
My family and I are leaving Montreal because Islam wants to kill us. The number of threats have forced me to take a 2-year leave from my home university. He's a professor at University of Montreal. I'm moving to this place over here to defend American liberties of ideological threats. A vile Islam despises Jews.
Ole Miss. Where's Ole Miss? Is that Alabama? You moving to Alabama?
Is now reporting me to my new institution because I dare criticize Islam. Imagine that. I will never stop defending the West from the dangers it faces. Long live the United States. All right, interesting. Now, I don't...
Hell yeah. Welcome to have you, brother.
See a pattern here. It's probably good. Of course, Mehdi Hassan responds with, is Islam in the room with you now? This is coming...
Dude, I fucking hate this leftoid meme. Is this thing in the room with you right now? They constantly just repeat the same things over and over again.
Notorious Islamist that says that
But they see somebody else say it, then they're gonna say it because they're all on the same side. It's fucking retarded, dude. And then what we do on the right is we take those things that they say over and over again and we turn them into our memes, and then they get pissed off about it because they don't like humor.
Non-Muslims are animals and pedophiles. Again, this is the meme. My entire family had to flee from Islam, tried to kill us. Yep. No, that didn't. Yep. Thank you, Mehdi Hassan, for your his empathy is so good.
Deport him. Anybody who's got one of those names, I think, should probably be deported. If you don't want to change your name. Be American. Take in American values. Anybody who has Islamic values, get them the fuck out.
But so much empathy. Now, anyway, look at what's going on over here. This is happening, actually, not in Afghanistan or Iraq. This is in Chicago, baby. Chicago.
You know, this is supposed to be the Folly Town show. We're supposed to be talking about streamers here. We ended up talking about Muslims. Oh, well, I'm leaving it.
Can't make this up, guys. I am standing in the exact place.
Hey, I reported about this.
Where we are doing a Jesus march in 1 hour, and look who's here. A massive march, a massive Muslim march, where right now there's...
I mean, they kind of look like anime villains. Like the Akatsuki showed up to capture some Jinchuriki or some shit.
Singing over Chicago. Muhammad is the only one. May Allah be lifted up. They're declaring that all Jews and all Christians would be removed from this city. I mean, this is... You know I've been talking about this over the last week, and yet here we are right in the middle of it. Our cities in our nation.
You're Islamophobic if you don't want to get jihaded to death. That's right. If you don't want to get Durka to Muhammad jihaded, you might be Islamophobic. Now, in case you want to know what the end result to all this, because obviously we don't know. We're still in the Muslim Brotherhood growth phase. Again, you will notice every
Muslim Brotherhood works directly with the Democrat Party, by the way.
Single conservative guy is going to take my talking points in 6 months, and they're going to have exactly the same conversation that I'm having with you now. They're going to be having with you in 6 months. Pay attention. Nostradamus is 6 months ahead of the curve. This is what's happening. And this is a man who was arrested for purchasing a baseball bat because it could be misconstrued as a weapon.
From there, you fucking try.
Why are you filming it? Still in the wrapper.
Make videos on sound.
What happened? The baseball bat is still in the plastic.
Hey, protect yourself. Protect yourself.
And look at all these people. They're just walking around like it's all just nothing's happening. And they're just side-eyeing like, whoa, that guy's getting arrested. Nobody's doing anything about any of these things happening.
Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself.
Mate, what have I done?
What is this?
I think the crowd should be helping this guy.
Policeman out here.
Yeah, look at that. Young lad purchased a baseball bat in modern England. As soon as he leaves the store, police grab him for, quote, carrying a weapon. The bat is still in its plastic covering. Dog, look at that shit. Look at that shit. Arrested for buying a baseball bat in England.
Hey, don't.
From that fucking shop, you dumb cunt.
It's still in the plastic. And, well, this is France, actually. Because it turns out this is just literally all over the... Breaking two police officers ambushed and stabbed in Toulouse, France. The attacker yelled, Allahu Akbar, dirty attack. Probably means nothing. This is the end result. Now, when I called...
Yeah, we don't want America to get to this point. And it's getting there. And I don't think that it's going to last long when we get here. I think there's going to be war in the streets, honestly.
This shit out, I get infinite Islamophobia. But the reality is, we all know exactly where this is going. We all know that when a Christian screams Christ is king, no one's scared. When a Jew is screaming Baruch Hashem, no one's worried. But when a Muslim guy jumps on the train with a backpack and screams Allahu Akbar and runs off the train. Now, you could argue that's Islamophobia. Hassan Piker would. But the reality is, I just don't want to get jihaded today. Is that too much to ask? And well, if you want the correct talking points that people are going to start using in 6 months, you should definitely subscribe, of course. But also, I'm doing an entire deep dive series on my Patreon, literally analyzing the Quran. We're going through the Quran every week. Been illuminating, but not for any of the reasons.
Oh boy, how have I missed that? Probably because the algorithms don't want to push that kind of content to me.
That you actually expect. This video is sponsored by...
Yeah, I think that we need to get the goblins out of the village, and you know what you do to get goblins out of the village, right? You ever seen Goblin Slayer? Highly recommend.
Now, Melanie is on her own side arc. So here's Melanie showing her gym bag.
And she eating a lot
I
of
now
butter.
realize why people were giving her shit about the gym bag. You know? No! Look at this gym bag from the fucking Labubu on it,
It's
buddy.
so lame.
He's just rocking this gigantic pink gym bag with the fucking Labubu on it at
Yeah, she's
40
definitely
years
40.
old. Oh.
Honestly, that is a thing that 40-year-olds do.
Holy. Okay, so Mel is now quitting politics.
Good.
Let's go! Let's go! We did it, Brandon! So Melanie Mack is now decided that she wants nothing to do with politics anymore.
I wonder why.
Because
I wonder if it has anything to do with oranges.
people are being mean and
But what are the oranges for?
bullying her on the internet.
No.
Which is like, what the f- did you think politics were? Did you
Right?
think that this was Weenie Hut Jr.? Did you think that getting into politics just like
it's too hard?
The quest for power and control over state authority, you know, that was just easy, that everybody would lay down and just let you take over and do whatever you wanted to their lives.
Yeah, and she's retarded. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's just going off the cuff for any of these videos or articles that they react to, her and Jer, and they just use the right-wing talking points for a lot of it, and it's just completely retarded because they're actually not right-wing.
It's too toxic. But you call everyone who's gay, and
Well,
you
that's
say,
the thing, right?
Man
Like,
up or whatever.
That is the thing. You do that because views, clout, and it was funny on X for a little while. It was getting boosted.
It's not like you've come into politics with like very moderate positions.
Exactly.
You come in with extreme positions, right?
That she doesn't even believe in. She's only saying them because that's what she watches.
Right? Radical positions. And then you're surprised that other people fight against your positions and not everybody
They're not even really radical. They're just retarded.
just bows down to you? Really? So here we have Melanie Mack's crying session about how people are mean to her in the right wing and mean to quartering. All right, let's have a look.
Okay.
Political content creation space is just insane right now.
Is it? It's always
has been. Yeah, exactly.
It's always been insane. Politics is not a fucking game for children. It's not a game for weak people. It's a knockdown, drag-out war for power and control. If you go into politics, be prepared to have your entire life dragged through the fucking mud and be attacked ruthlessly and relentlessly from all sides. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, and then whenever you push back against the people that are supposed to be on your side and calling them all trolls and haters, it gets even worse for you because nobody likes you.
Like, this is not like talking about movies or video games or silly bullshit. It's not like that. It's serious stuff.
Have not been posting hardly anything about politics lately because I'm just over it with the space. It's getting...
But wait.
She's over it. So you mean that you weren't in it at all? And you were just doing it because you're a YouTuber or a content creator?
What's Jer to do now? Hey, Mel, what's your thoughts on the conservative?
Well, she apparently her and Jer are moving beyond politics now at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that Jared's been making a lot of videos about McDonald's and their failures, like anybody fucking cares.
Like, holy.
nauseating. It's getting absolutely ridiculous.
By the way, if no one was making fun of her, she'd love it. She would be like, oh, this is amazing. Our side is winning and shit. It's because you're being made fun of. Okay?
Yes.
She's being made fun of by people that are supposed to be on her side.
And no, I'm not talking about just from the left, because
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
In truth, it actually has nothing to do with the left. It's that you're being criticized. No, but you're just being criticized by people who think quartering's a fucking scam artist and a scumbag, and you can't properly defend it. So then you're going to claim that you're being persecuted by Candace Owens.
I'm under attack by the woke right.
Or some shit like this. It's just ridiculous. By the way, nobody cares about your political opinion at all.
For one, woman. For two, former degenerate. Probably still a degenerate. 3, sweeping for Jer. 4, you're 40 and you're trying to act like you're 20. I can keep going.
Nobody does. You won't be missed. You had nothing of value to add. No insight, no actual opinions of your own. Okay.
Well, how about when she went, wow! Awesome!
Expected that. They already ate each other alive. That's why there was that movement, that walk
That's
away
what
movement,
politics is.
Because people were sick and tired of cancel culture and policing everybody.
I'm not.
Excuse me?
So you're not allowed.
Oh my god, the cancel culture. I'm so sick and tired of cancel culture. While Jer, right now, is flagging people.
But by the way, like, it's quartering that goes around policing
Flagging,
YouTube,
exactly.
flagging down Luther and Camelot today, deciding that nobody can criticize or commentate on him, right? But that's what politics is, right? People disagree on stuff within the same party. Well, how do you decide whose policies are going to go ahead within wings of the party?
Lie! You lie! That's how you win. You just lie. The left figured it out.
Well, there's going to be conflict. There's going to be debate between opposing sides. That's just the way it is. Politics is not a game of grab ass where everybody holds hands and sings fucking kumbaya. But this is like a mental fucking child, a mental midget that thinks that the whole world needs to bow down and kiss her ass for her every opinion or thought. Fucking embarrassing.
Picking everybody.
Don't you know that she's read the Bible? You know that?
Taking people in as bad faith as possible. And so that's expected from the left. But we're seeing it from content creators and the space in general on the right now as well. And they're going to start doing what the left did. Like, there's this horseshoe theory.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We're back to horseshoe theory. Oh my God. We're doing the fucking horseshoe theory, folks. Holy shit. Is quartering not also guilty of infighting within the right?
Literally!
Like, he's up there going after Candace Owens or whatever the fucking Ian
He's, behind the scenes trying to go after Tim Pool. Trying to take over Tim Pool. What he really wants is to just take over Tim Pool's company.
Putting his coffee in the donation page.
You know what I mean? Like, it's okay when you guys do it, though, right? When you guys try and call out other people as grifters or other people as liars. But then when it happens to you, suddenly it's a big problem. Everybody's a meanie and politics has become toxic. Like, people die.
It's because they're the smartest people alive, Jer and Melanie. Everything that they say and do is actually 100% morally correct. And just correct in general. And anything outside of that must be evil, degenerate morons, right?
Over politics. You get that, right? And they have since the beginning of time. All that's happened to you and Jer are some mean words on the internet. Get a fucking grip. But this doesn't even have anything to do with politics. It's just embarrassing.
That is just a thing. Because I see, especially from godless creators who don't...
Yeah, okay.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, everybody's godless. Oh,
I'm literally a Christian, and I've read the Bible also. So, yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Attack from the woke atheists.
And the fake Christians! Don't forget about those!
Help me!
Don't have a foundation in Jesus Christ. It's just all politics, secular politics. Things get out of control.
But what if you do have a foundation in Jesus Christ and you still believe these things? then you, what, am I just misguided, I guess?
Isn't that what how Jer started?
Yes! Jer is a godless, degenerate, heathen, hedonist. Like, what are we talking about? Like, Jer's every action.
Well, he says the things, though. He says, and Mel is too stupid to look past it.
Is informed by the Bible on a firm foundation of scriptural righteousness.
I don't think she even knows what the Bible says. I watched her read it. She just read it. She wasn't trying to understand it.
Just shut the f*** up. You have no idea.
She was doing the usual, wow. Oh, that's so cool.
What you're talking about.
Stupid. Shut up.
And that's just a testament of like, hey, no politics can save you. Republicans can't save you. Democrats can't save you.
No shit.
No one's saving your flagging ass.
Only Jesus Christ can. And
Jesus ain't saving Jared's
No,
business.
he ain't saving you guys either. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen.
I think that Mel is probably saved. I'm not going to say that. Currently, right now, Jer is definitely not saved. Who knows? Maybe in that last instant of his life, even in death, I think it's possible to be saved, because we really don't know what happens.
when it turns to just blood sport for the sake of blood sport and gossip.
Okay, Mr.
Mrs.
Oh my God,
the race war. We gotta.
You know what I mean?
Bro, that's like you're setting fire to a village and getting mad that people are noticing.
Like, oh my God, like, I can't believe that people are taking an aggressive tone when it comes to politics. Wow, guys, can you believe it? Are you f***ing retarded? Like, depending on what side is in power or who's in power, people are going to go to prison. People's money's going to get with tax levels are going to be fucking different. Determines whether like abortion will be legal or illegal. Like there's a reason why people take politics seriously, right? Like there's a reason why people get invested into it and fight hard and fight dirty, because it determines how society is going to be run. Like don't I'm too soft and sensitive for this. Good. Get the fuck out. Nobody wants you here. But this is the thing, like, if you're gonna go out there,
she's not done, by the way. She's probably done with the hard political shows, but she's not going to be done talking about politics, because everything has politics in it. She won't be able to talk about anything. She can't talk about movies. She can't talk about video games, because it's just all full of politics.
Into the world and tell people about your worldview and how people have to live the way you want them to live. You have to be prepared to not only defend that worldview, but you have to be prepared to sacrifice for that worldview. You have to be prepared to have bad things happen to you because of it.
It says that in the Bible.
Otherwise, you're never going to prevail. But it's all about just making easy money. So no doubt she's out of the fucking space.
But beyond what you just said, Ashton, people will go to war over PlayStation versus Xbox.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is like a nothing topic. Now, throw on politics, how you run your life. What do you?
Yeah, she couldn't even handle the goon topic, calling everybody gooners because they want scantily clad women in their video games, which I kind of agree. But she went fucking insane and went on a blocking spree.
Paying taxes, who they let into the country. What do you think will happen? Like, calm the fuck on, dumb. It's the internet.
And nitpicking everybody and purposefully taking people out of context because, hey, there's content out to be made from that. And when it's purposeful.
Oh no, content on the internet?
Oh no.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, don't do things that are shitty and you won't get nitpicked.
Get a job then.
Full rage baiting and just.
You guys do so much rage baiting.
Rage baiting?
Really? Isn't that what 90% of Melanie Mac's takes were? Her takes over the years?
99.
Dude, calling everybody faggots. Straight up rage bait. She was just posting it. She wasn't actually even calling anybody that.
Yeah, it was nearly 100% of all of her videos were just her rage baiting people with her hot take, right? Like,
okay.
Just trying to upset people. Hey guys, we're mad at this today. We're mad at this person today. Let's.
Are you like the lack of self-awareness is insane? Yeah, you guys definitely aren't mad at blacks today or gays today or Muslims or Annie's or Joe Biden or AOC or Carmelo Anthony today or the latest woke movie or the latest woke game. No. You're totally innocent on all of that.
Sure.
Right.
Let's dogpile them and try to ruin their life. It's just...
But you guys dogpile other people. You have no problem dogpiling anybody else. I mean, it's only when it happens to you guys.
Yeah, they're low IQ. Only people who are low IQ do things like that and say things like that.
We've shown it before, but let's hit the video tab here. Here we go.
Like she loves to go like the left. Like that's what the left says.
I bet that if you say, solve this equation, 2x plus 5 equals 10. What is x? She would not be able to figure that out. Do you know what the x is? Let me know down there in the comments.
I'm being dogpiled.
Minneapolis.
I've been doing a lot of algebra recently. I'm training for some certifications.
Daycare. He just confessed.
Woke meltdown, Indian invasion, it's gone too far, wild new YouTube policy, like woke race wars.
Keeps getting worse.
Yeah, we're under attack by Walmart, I guess.
The race war is
but
on.
there's no rage bait here. There's no exploiting people's anger in any way or their frustrations. No.
These views.
They're pretty rough.
Oh my God, I didn't even check it out. Okay,
by the way, that one with 111,000 is promoted by advertisements, the Asmongold stuff. Yeah. They had 17K?
Where?
We're doing psycho killer clown videos in the Big 2-6?
Psycho
That's
killer
another
clown.
one. It's another one that's been promoted by advertisements. All the Asmongold ones are boosted. 18K on the burrito gate?
Burrito gate?
Dude, he's just talking about things that are just memes that nobody actually cares about.
That's one where nobody had to click on it because nobody cares about Jared's opinion.
It's fucking
Especially
stupid.
something that everybody else is talking about. Right?
Yeah, I can't even think of something that Jared could talk about that would actually be, interesting content from Jared. I know politics just ain't it. Maybe he should have stuck with the culture war stuff. Maybe he should have grifted on the Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel train a little while longer.
Right.
Oh my!
And this is just the pure definition of slop, is it not?
Beyond dude, this is actually worse than I thought. Honestly, I'm not even joking.
It's just crazy. It's just like now we're getting to a point of just, I don't know, people can't just live and do things, or it's like, oh, this person disagrees with me politically, so I'm just gonna.
Okay, now anything.
Dude, that was so stupid. That sentence broke my brain.
I mean, but they would get like leftists fired from their jobs and stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Based though,
and they endorse that. Okay, sure thing.
Attack absolutely.
I don't mind that.
Everything they do and just pick on them. It's exhausting.
Oh no, picking on people.
Oh no! You're getting picked on for your political beliefs. Oh, are you for?
Grow a spine, you loser.
What do you think this is? Fucking elementary school? Come on, man. This is what the stop bullying culture led us to. I think bullying is based, by the way.
I just don't want to take any part of that. So I've not made as much political.
Good. No one wanted
it. Honestly, nobody cares about your political views, but the real reason you're not making content is twofold. One, all the simps left because you got married to a gay Filipino man, so nobody's paying for any of this crap. Two, quartering has made it impossible for you to post anything because every single piece of engagement is pressing you about every single scumbag thing he does that you support. So you're trapped.
And all of the scumbag things that she does also. But it's more of the Jer thing.
And this is just quartering, like puppeteering you once again to come out and cry about the mean bully.
Like a puppet fully strung.
And trolls. As though somehow anybody is going to feel bad for you guys. No one feels bad for you. No one sees you as the victim in this. At all.
Shorts in a while, and if I feel there's
I think she's a victim of her own stupidity.
Cause for it, maybe I will, but at the end of the day, I'm a Christian above anything else. And I do feel like Republicans align closer to the Bible than Democrats, obviously, but I don't want to take part in all of this blood sport.
Okay, so everyone snip this, remember this. The next time she goes, wow, Jer, you're right, we should kill them. Okay, then we're going to replay this and go, what do you mean?
No, but you're 100% right here, Judy. Jer is acting exactly like the fragile snowflakes he used to make fun of relentlessly. It's the exact same phrasing. Dogpiling, oh, the mob's after me, oh, harassment, oh, I'm the victim, oh, death threats, oh, this is...
I welcome it. I welcome all that shit. They're bitching about it. They don't like it. They're being bullied. I welcome the fight.
Stochastic terror. It's the same playbook. It's the exact same shit. The exact same.
And all of this infighting and gossip and slander and...
Jared never did any gossip.
Any of that.
And quit Jared's show, you f***ing...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been taking
Just get out of here. By the way, if you're set for life, just get off the internet.
Yeah.
But you need the attention so badly, right? Okay.
And stuff with these like reels and all that, but that's just where I'm at right now.
Here's Quartering quote tweeting this, says, I 100% agree. Also, I paid her to make this video, obviously.
Fucking rage bait. Holy shit, dude. Oh God.
Your channel. Then delete your channel.
Oh my God. Jared's just seething. It's like rent free with the detractors and the trolls, man. To where he just has to mention, it's like, yeah, I paid her to make this video, guys. Yeah. Like it really bothers him. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's true. It's true. The only reason she spends any time with him is because he pays her.
Yes.
That's it.
And the money is drying up, so she's leaving.
That's it.
Well, also, how could you agree when you're literally the rage bait guy? That's your gig. That's
Are you guys going to stop doing rage
that's
bait
like you
in
and
politics?
I being like,
You're not.
We're going to stop
That's the only way they get any kind of views.
drama. We're sick of this drama. I'd be like, have you watched your own show?
Instead of doing political
I think he's just going right off the dome, isn't thinking about nothing.
content, Melanie Mack has decided to launch a channel called Butter Maniac. This has been going on for almost a month now. And she's racked up a jaw-dropping 753 subscribers.
Wow.
So far.
She's almost going to surpass me.
On her 12 videos.
Buddy.
Wow, she's so popular on the internet, guys. She's so relevant
Look
and
at
important.
This religious channel.
Yes, her most recent video here, How to Get Skinny, only has 340 views.
Damn.
But
that's like the views that I get.
I mean, that was only 16 hours ago. Let's see, the one from a week ago is the Bible Diet. And it only has 458 views. Yeah. She's only eating pages from the Bible now. Ethan Ralph's wonky hand is saying, Melanie just changed her channel name. She's watching live. She just changed the channel name. What did she really? What did she fucking change it to?
What was it? Butter Mac?
Butter Maniac.
Gosh. She changed it right now because she's watching.
To Melanie Macros. You're caught, Mel. You're caught.
Oh, man. Her view count's about to go up at least because she's going to get destroyed in the comments.
God, you're watching right now. You.
We'll be back in 5 seconds. I got to piss too.
Burn in hell, Mel. Woo!
Oh, no. Gotcha, Mel. Didn't change the name fast enough.
Didn't change the name fast enough. Suffer, Mel.
Look at her
Suffer, bitch.
I'm getting skinny.
You're already thin. What do you mean? How much more weight could you possibly fucking lose?
She wants to look like all of the gaunt celebrities, like Ariana Grande or Jenna Ortega. That just came out. That shit's insane.
Here, they don't call you Melonless Mac for nothing, bish.
Oh.
They don't call you Private Flat for nothing. Holy.
So there are 2 ways to get slim, and it's really simple, honestly. It's
Okay, I can't even ironically watch that.
All right, back to
burn more calories than you take in. That's really it at the end of the day.
Cheers to Tuesday.
We lost 200 viewers from that 10 seconds.
Right then and there, they're like, no, thank you. I don't need to listen to that shit.
Absolutely fucking hilarious and pathetic. See you next time.